So hello everyone, welcome again to this YouTube channel. So this is the fourth part of the series frequently asked question in the interviews related to Selenium. So let's get started to the video. So let's move to the first question. So the first question is, what are the different types of exception that you faced in Selenium WebDriver? So the first exception is timeout exception. So this exception is thrown when whatever command you are performing with Selenium is not completed in the expected time. So the second exception is no such element exception. So this exception is thrown when element is not found on the web page. And the third exception is element not visible exception. So it means the element is present in the DOM but not visible on the web page. The fourth is tail element reference exception. So this exception is thrown when element is deleted or no longer attached to DOM. So these are the famous exceptions, frequently exceptions you can say that a user can get in Selenium WebDriver scripts. So the next question is, what is POM? It means page object model. I think you must have heard about this page object model. So page object model is a test design pattern. So it is an elegant way of implementing the test routines in both easier and readable manner. So in page object model, we represent the web pages as in classes. We represent the HTML elements on the web pages as in variables. We represent the behaviors of HTML elements as in methods. So that's how we keep our scripts in readable and easier manner. So let's move to the next question. So the question is, what is page factory? So page factory gives an optimized way to implement page object model. So you can say it is one of the implementation of page object model, and it is inbuilt for the Selenium WebDriver. So you can see here the implementation. When you are using it without page factory, you have to use by. When you are using with the page factory, you can use @findby. So I have already made a video on page object model versus page factory. You can search it on my channel. It is going to give you a detailed explanation. I have also cleared the differences between both page factory and page object model. It's pretty well explained video, so you can watch the video. So let's move to the next question. So the question is, how to handle keyboard and mouse actions using Selenium. So for that we have advanced user interaction API. So that API contains the actions class and action class. So that is going to help you to execute the events with keyboard and mouse. So you can see the methods. I have already a right example here. So click and hold, drag and drop. So you can use these methods that you want to perform using keyboard and mouse. So I think this action as an action class is going to help you with that. So the question is how to take screenshots in Selenium WebDriver. So we can take screenshot using take screenshot API or function, in which we have a method that is get screenshot as. Using that method you can take a screenshot, and if you can see the syntax here, that you have to pass the argument as an output type dot file. It is going to return you a file, and that file you can save on your local, and you can check whenever test case fail, you can check that screenshot. It is going to help you out in checking that if it is a false failure or a real failure. So the question is, what is new in Selenium 4.0? So I have already made a detailed video on what are the new features in Selenium 4.0. But if in a nutshell I have to tell, so I can show you here that W3C WebDriver standardization has been implemented in Selenium 4.0. Then Selenium 4 IDE TNG, then refresh documentation. There is improvement in the Selenium grade. There is better window and tab management, and there is one new concept of relative locators that has been introduced in Selenium 4.0. So for detailed video, you can go to my channel and you can check up for the videos, new features in Selenium 4.0. So the question is, what is StaleElementReferenceException? So first of all, what does it means? It means that element is no longer attached to the DOM. Element got stale, it means old or no longer fresh. So when it can occur, you can see here, when JavaScript Ajax updates the page between the find element and the click call, then you are going to get the stale element exception. So stale element points to element which is not present anymore. So this is what stale element exception is. Whenever element got decayed or no longer attached to DOM, user is going to get stale element reference exception. So I have already made a video on this topic as well with clear practical example. You can watch it on my channel. So I'll add all the detailed video in description. You can look up to the video in that. So let's see the next question. So the question is, what is difference between setSpeed versus sleep method in Selenium? So thread.sleep method, it is going to stop the current thread for a specific amount of time that you are going to give in argument. So it is only going to wait once command is given. So whenever you are going to write thread.sleep, it is going to stop over there only. But if you talk about setSpeed, it is going to stop for every execution of every Selenium command. So whenever Selenium command is going to be executed, setSleep is going to wait for that particular amount of time that you give. So the question is, what is the API that is used for database testing in Selenium? So the API name is JDBC, Java Database Connectivity, that is used for database testing in Selenium. So this allows user to write SQL scripts and execute them. So the last question is, what are assertions in Selenium? So if I say it in layman's terms, so assertions are verification point in any script. So assertion determines whether the application is working as expected. So if assertion is failed, the test case is going to fail and execution is going to stop. Then you have to check it if it is false failure, if it is a real failure. If it is a real failure, then you have to log a bug, and then developer will look into that and he is going to fix that. So that's all from this video. I hope you like this series. If you like this series, please subscribe to